Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Tex McCormick, and today I'm going to tell you the story about how I got my Fender Rhodes piano. I was playing guitar at a church down the road with the Redemption Boys. I don't know if you've ever played at church or not, but there's this thing that happens in between services where all the musicians kind of just meander for about an hour and a half. And as we were, in the back, meandering, drinking coffee, talking about whatever the hell it is that we talk about as musicians at church, the instrument Fender Rhodes piano got brought up in conversation. And I just casually said, man, I've always wanted a Fender Rhodes. Well, the drummer that was playing that day, I don't remember his name. Please forgive me, brother. He's going to be one of these Redemption Boys here. And I know I just ran into you at the grocery store with your family, so I really apologize that I forget your name. But I remember everything else about you. First, let me give you some context on this gentleman. Every time I would be walking in to the service, he would be warming up with the hardest John Bonham type drum beat. Think exactly what you imagine John Bonham would play on the drums. He could do that so well. He hit the skins harder than any other drummer, and just had that snap of the wrist and that groove swing that was just amazing. So just know I had respect for this gentleman, not only as a person, but as a musician. He was one of the coolest drummers that I have ever played with in a religious setting. As I say this, oh man, I've always wanted a Fender Rhodes. He goes, oh, I got one. You can have it. No, bro. I'll pay for it, but you can't just give it to me. These instruments were going anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000. I told him straight up, man, no, I'll pay for it, dude. I'll give you $1,500 for it. I'll give you $2,000. He goes, no, man, it's yours for free. I look at him like, no. And we had this reverse haggle thing going on. I've never done that with a piece of gear where I reverse haggled, where I wanted to pay full price for it. They wanted to give it to me for free, and then we met in the middle.
I was like, no, $2,000. He's like, no, 0. And I was like, no, $1,500. He's like, no, I'll give it to you for free, man. You deserve it. You're going to use it. I know you are.
I was like, well, let me at least give you what you paid for it, right? And he said, nah, man, I'm not going to tell you that because I got it for a really good deal. I got connections, and this guy seems like the guy that would have connections. So I was like, well, what's a really good deal? He's like, I got it for $500. I was like, well, damn. That is a really good deal. I was like, well, let me give you more than $500. Let me give you $750. And we ended up making an arrangement where I'd give him $750 for it, which still today at the time is a steal. I just didn't want to feel like I was taking this instrument from a gentleman that I admired. And I think he had told me he'd bought it for his wife. I was like, man, dude, I ain't gonna take the gift that you bought for your wife. Like, what are you doing, dude? I ain't gonna do that for free. He said that she liked to play the traditional piano better. He got this for her as a gift thinking she would like it, and she really just never played it. It just sat there. So I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. $750. Shook hands on it. And this gentleman also, he was missing a finger, half of his finger, there. And I didn't know why. I never wanted to ask the gentleman, but I found out pretty soon when I got to his house why. As I pull in, sitting in the driveway of his house was a DeLorean. Whoa. Who the hell doesn't love Marty McFly and Back to the Future, right? So he greets me. Like, yeah, what is this? A DeLorean? He's like, yeah, it's not running right now, he says, but yeah, come on in. I'm working on that one right now. I'm like, you're working on this one right now? I couldn't get past the fact that he had one DeLorean. As he opens up his gate, I see 2 more. This dude had 3 DeLoreans. One of them was lifted up. He was working on 2. And then he had one that was working in the garage. I found out in that moment that he was a mechanic and he had run an in-home DeLorean servicing company. This guy is cool. As I get into his house, I understand why he wanted to give it to me for free. I walk into his music room and there are just way too many instruments in this room. 4 or 5 pianos, a bunch of guitars, a bunch of vintage guitar amps. And this dude's a drummer. So yeah, I can see why he wanted to give me that for free. He had an excess of musical instruments going on. Very cool. The whole point of the story is I grew up thinking the piano was lame. I thought it was gay. I thought all the people that played it were gay. There was nothing cool about that instrument to me. All of the styles of music that I was aspiring to play did not utilize this instrument. And yeah, dude, I just didn't think the piano was cool. So when I got this, made me realize that the piano is a good instrument. You know, you shouldn't be ashamed to be good at something. You should own it, regardless of what that thing is. Every time I sit in front of this Fender Rhodes piano, I'm happy. I feel good. I'm not afraid to show the world that it's cool and not gay to play the piano. All the associations that I've had with the piano my whole life were a negative association. So thank you for turning that around for me and making it a positive one. I can't tell you how many songs I've written on this thing. It's so cool to have one of these. I feel honored. And I want you to know that I thank you.